How was your day today?
It was a little stressful. I'm still wearing work clothes.
That's all right.
I didn't have time to put on a fancy jacket like yours.
Go Padres.
Or a nice hat.
Yeah.
Or cut my hair.
Say go Padres.
Go Padres.
Yeah. Who are they playing tonight?
Go Padres. Go Padres.
Okay. Let's just get to the question.
I can't even. Yeah, okay.
What's your biggest pet peeve about each other?
This may be the last episode, everybody.
Yeah. You might see an all-out brawl.
Yeah.
It's a bloody massacre.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, and I'm the bigger Titan, the better Titan. Yeah. Go ahead.
My pet peeve about you.
This is a very on the spot.
I'll be real honest about it. It might take me a second. Hold on.
Yeah, that's a hard question.
It is a really hard question because it's not a whole lot. We're kind of we're different people, but we're so
similar.
alike.
We have the same this and same that's. Hell, both the wife's names are Erica's.
Right?
Yeah. That's my pet peeve. You found an Erica. Yeah, I got a bone to pick with you.
Couldn't even change that.
You couldn't even find your own girl.
I didn't do that on purpose.
Yeah.
That was fate. It was fated.
It was fated, yeah. Yeah. That's my pet peeve is you couldn't find your own Erica. You liked my Erica so much you had to go find another good Erica.
I did not like your Erica that much.
Well,
I think she would attest to that. But we're best friends now. We're okay.
That's your cuñada.
That's my cuñada. That's my cuñada you're talking about, man.
Yeah. So that's my pet peeve.
Man.
Find your own Erica.
What is my pet peeve about you? When I ask you to do things, 98% of the time you don't do them, and it screwed me up a lot of times in my life. Like big things. Like things that change my entire day. Yes. You play stupid.
Give me one example.
Lane.
Cameron.
I can't make it tomorrow. Please show up early. Because I've helped you before. You have to do this for me. I don't know what it is.
Everybody, welcome to episode 9.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. You have screwed me more than once.
It's not on purpose.
It's not on accident either.
Then I don't know what to call it. Hey, it is fated.
It is. Oh my God, dude.
Let's go, baby. What's happening?
Government pigeons. You ever heard of the government pigeons conspiracy?
No. Enlighten me, though.
So, like 2 weeks, like a month ago, my youngest daughter, she's 7. I forgot how the conversation came up. She goes, Dad, have you heard about the government using pigeons? Pigeons are controlled by the government. And I thought, oh God, she's been listening. I rubbed off on her too much. Yeah,
she's been listening to too much of that talk radio in the morning.
Yeah,
dude.
I love my talk radio. You know, I love Kogo 600. I kind of blew it off like, oh, that sounds silly, and then it hit me. I'm like, wait, government pigeons? What the hell does that even? What does that mean?
Oh, you dove down the rabbit hole.
So I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, Dad, look at this, and I look at the history on my iPad that she uses sometimes, and she found a website. It was called Pigeons Aren't Real, and it's actually a conspiracy out of the UK. That most pigeons you see are not real. They're surveillance.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
I have not seen a baby pigeon.
Just throwing it out there. Yeah.
I have not seen a baby pigeon.
Send me a picture if you've seen it.
So she was like really into it, but my 7-year-old, she's a really good reader. So she was going through this big article that they had on this site about how pigeons are being used as surveillance and they're robots and most of them aren't real. Like some are real, but not all of them.
That's how they spied on Trump, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how they did it. Nora's onto something, man. Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
So I was thinking, like first, how did you even find this? She's like, I don't know. I just heard something about pigeons and I looked it up. And that's one of the dangers of the internet, right? Like,
right.
That wasn't a dangerous thing, but who knows what she could have looked up.
How old is she now?
7.
So 7 years old, and she's a massive conspiracy
And she's
theorist.
already a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. She's there with me. She's fighting the good fight.
Yeah, that's nice.
So then, me, myself, loving conspiracies, I dove down the rabbit hole right after her because I wanted to save her, right? I wanted to pull her out of the hole. The CIA actually they attempted to use pigeons as surveillance.
Where?
Here in the United States. Not against the people, but if you go on to the CIA.gov website into their archives and you start digging, you'll find the information about the CIA trying to use pigeons. They invented a camera that they could strap around the breast of the pigeon, but they couldn't like, hey, pigeon, go fly over there so we can see what's going on.
Right.
They couldn't mind control. There wasn't enough control of the pigeon.
Dang.
So she's onto something.
Well, everybody, this is going to be the last episode you see with Cameron on here.
Yeah,
This is going to have to be admitted.
If I disappear,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know where I went.
The feds are after him now. Jeez, dude.
But I mean, I've been in a conspiracy thing lately.
It's
Oh,
very-
like, have you heard about the all the senators getting a bunch of satellite phones recently?
Before I got here, I actually read a quick article on that.
50 of the senators have received satellite phones.
Right?
And
Okay.
it was on the basis of if there's a disruptive event, and that was in quotes.
Okay, I saw that part of it,
multiple
yes.
websites.
Okay.
And then one of the reasons was the whole January 6th thing. So they can make emergency phone calls. But like, you don't need a satellite phone in the Capitol building, right?
It's not like they went in there and
They weren't
put
in-
jammers in.
No, the people who did go into the building didn't show up with a bunch of phone jammers.
We've cut off all
Cut off
communications.
all communications. Yeah, they didn't destroy the fact you make a phone call, right?
Right.
So I kept trying to justify why taxpayers are funding all these phones. There's 100 total. 50 of them so far have taken the phones, satellite phones, and you and I are paying for them.
That's not all we're paying for.
No.
I'll let you finish your thought.
Hey,
but-
calm down, dude. This is my rant.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to justify in my head why they would need them, right? And then I was almost okay with it, and then I started thinking about, like, I wouldn't be so suspicious if there wasn't, say, 30 tons of ammonium nitrate that went missing.
Missing. I saw that. Yes, I did.
Back in, was it May 10th when they reported it? Mm-hmm. And not to say I went down the rabbit hole or anything, but this manufacturer called Dino Noble in Cheyenne, Wyoming, that sent it out from Wyoming on the 12th of April. And a month later, they finally reported that, hey, we're missing 30 tons. That's 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate.
So it took them 30 days to realize that they were missing this
And
chemical.
ammonium nitrate, for people who don't know, is a very explosive substance. To give you a little perspective on what you could do with something like that, the bombings in 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing, was all ammonium nitrate.
Oh, okay.
It killed almost 600 people. How do you lose 30 tons of this stuff? And they said, well, there was a leak from Wyoming to California. It's not a big deal.
It just dripped all the way down.
There's just a line of explosive substance all the way to California from Wyoming.
Here.
Yeah, I saw it, and when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh, maybe there's something there, right? Or maybe, and then you look at all the train derailments, and a lot of them have been chemical spills. All like the chicken factories that have been going up, all the egg shortage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy things happening, kind of all at once. And this stuff's happened over in the past. I get it, but it's all happening very close together.
It's happening in a very short amount
And I
of
just
time.
thought it was very conspicuous that all these senators started getting all these satellite phones, and they're beefing up security around the Capitol building, and their whole thing is, it's Capitol 6, and that's why we're doing it. Like, nah.
That's
In my own
BS.
mind, there's a lot of things happening all at once.
there is.
That's
There's
all
tons
I'm
happening.
saying.
I mean, look at what's happening with the border right now. I know we talked about that on the last episode, but it's still developing.
Right?
Have you seen what's going on in New York City right now?
No.
They're considering using up to 20 schools, and I don't know what levels of school, these are, if they're high schools, middle schools, whatever, but they're considering using 20 schools' gyms to house illegal immigrants
Like while the kids are there?
while the kids are in session. A few of the articles that I read, some of the schools they're vacant, but a majority of them are not. And there's parents up in arms about it. So
Oh, dude, I'd be on fire.
My question to you is, what do you think the potential dangers are?
Oh, I think it's huge. There's already proof that there's people coming through the border with very ill intentions as far as children and young women. I'm saying under the age of sex trafficking. There's a lot of really bad stories
Terrorists.
coming out of terrorists. Yeah, I think that's disgusting.
Right now, their mayor and his administration has been forced to shell out $275 million to the Hotel Association of New York to house at least 5,000 illegal immigrants.
Wow,
Crazy, right? It's insane. And guess what?
that's incredible.
You know where that $275 million is coming from? It's coming from your pocket and your pocket.
You're like scripted that right there. That was coming.
That just just rolling, baby, rolling. But the cool thing is, there's a lot of students and parents right now that are protesting their school gyms being used to house undocumented people.
No,
Like,
don't give me the whole undocumented
What a
ridiculousness.
danger to the kids.
They're illegal immigrants. That's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yes.
Undocumented is another way that the Democrats are using to soften the blow of letting these people invade the United States so
Yes.
they can get all their votes for the years to come. That's when you move all the smoke and mirrors.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. They're not undocumented immigrants. They're not immigrants. They're not migrants. They're illegal immigrants. They're illegally immigrating.
I agree with that.
Migrants move. Say you live in California and you have a job, or you're looking for a better job to go work in Oklahoma, and you move from California to Oklahoma. You migrated to that area.
Correct.
Within the same region, right?
Right.
Okay. If people look up the information on that, you'll see migrant and immigrant are different terms.
Two different things.
Immigrant is from another country. These are illegal immigrants, and they're coming from all over the place. So don't give me the whole, Republicans or conservatives, they hate Mexicans. That's why they're doing this. No, it's anybody coming.
Yeah, because it's not just Mexican.
No, there's a lot of Chinese nationals right now that are coming through, or they're attempting to come through.
Yeah, I hear there's like Russians and stuff coming through.
Yeah, like single males,
right,
with no family, no nothing, showing up. Hey, I need to get in the United States
and a portion of those people are going to these schools.
Yeah,
and this is just in New York City. This is just a quick, this was just a quick clip that I found. Man,
you got deep real fast. I wanted to go after Target today.
You want to? No, we'll get there. Well, hey, we'll get there.
That was what was really pissing me off.
Here's something that's really going to piss you off and everybody listening is taxpayers are to spend $392.69 per person per night on hotels for illegal border crossers.
And have you seen some of the videos of some of the hotels that these illegal immigrants have been being housed in?
No.
They've been like overrunning these fairly nice hotels and destroying them.
Really?
Yes. So they're not even showing the respect to the United States for letting them come in and footing the bill for them to even sleep inside of a structure. We can just pop up tents and leave them out in the desert where they're coming through to try and house them and
what the hell? We totally could.
Yeah,
you could put up like massive.
The military does it when we go overseas, when we in
air conditioned bathrooms, amenities.
We have all that stuff, but at least they'll be out of our kids' schools.
Yes. And
I tell you what, if that happened to my kids' schools, they wouldn't be going to school until those people were gone.
Right.
Because there's just too much of a liability there. Yeah, why would you even put yourself in harm's way? Like if you're walking down an alley, like a dark alley by yourself at night, and you see 4 or 5 dudes standing at the end, and they're just standing there, are you going to keep going?
I'm going to turn around.
You're going to turn around and go the other way, right?
Yep.
So if you have a whole bunch of illegal people who shouldn't even be in the United States, you know who they are, and they're housed at your kids' schools. Right.
We're not saying this because we're trying to spew our ideals. It's fact. It's happening. And the fact that our government leaders and our head honcho, Mr. Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy, creepy, feely Uncle Joe, as they say.
Sniffy Joe.
Sniffy Joe.
I mean, it's crazy. It's madness.
You came at me hard today, man.
Yeah, I did.
But I get it. Bro. I get it. There's a lot of people who are upset like that.
Yeah. But you know who I'm a big fan of right now?
Who's that?
Garrett O'Boyle, the whistleblower that's talking all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to.
From the FBI, right?
Yes.
Is that the FBI guy?
Yep. It's insane. It's insane that there's finally proof they weaponized parts of the government.
The intelligence committees.
Yes.
And it makes you think, like, look at all the people we're bringing into the government to help run things. Like, do you see that lady, is it Michaela Kavanaugh? She's the Nebraska senator.
We want trans people. We want, shut the hell up. It's okay, so that gets me to, that's a great point because
she lost her mind.
Yeah, it was insane. Here it is, Michaela
Kavanaugh.
Trans people belong
Nebraska
here.
Senator.
We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love.
What a freaking psycho, dude.
Nutcase.
Yeah, you're in a position of power and you act like my 3-year-old does this kind of shit.
Right. Like, people voted you into this spot. I'm sure they didn't vote you in because you were this nuts.
No, and the people that voted you in now are like, this bitch is crazy. But I'm serious, bro. Man. It goes on forever.
I was just gonna commend her on her stamina.
Oh, she starts crying. Shut up. God, dude.
Wow.
Over that kind of stuff, bro. There's no room in politics for people like this. Yeah.
You're a government official.
Right.
You represent the people who elected you.
Yes, there's a standard that you need to show up.
Yes,
and
have some respect.
But no,
for your seat.
But no, this is what we get. Look at that weirdo Sam Brinton.
Yes,
Sam Brinton. What was his exact?
He just got arrested again.
I know because he was running from the cop. Hey, look, did you see this? Check this out. So there's this. Ex-Biden nuclear official Sam Brinton arrested as fugitive from justice.
That's what it was.
Sam Brinton, the fugitive. That's great, isn't it?
So I was gonna say he originally got arrested because he stole. It was a designer. It was a suitcase from a Tanzanian fashion designer. I can't remember her name.
Okay.
But go ahead and put that in the Google machine and figure that one out.
Yeah.
But it was the Tanzanian fashion designer. And she, after he had taken her luggage, he was stupid enough to wear it. And he like posted pictures and stuff. Or he was at an event and he wore it.
Because he's a psycho.
And she had a one-off dress she made for herself, if I remember the story correctly. And he wore it. And she went, hey, that's my dress.
Yeah.
There's only one like it.
So he threw himself under the bus.
Yeah. This goes back to my whole inclusion hiring is a bunch of bullshit. This guy was an inclusion hire on the Biden administration.
100%.
He proves that is not the best thing in the world because he does not fit the job he has.
Right. And that's that was the point I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Is our current government leaders are appointing these people of power. And I don't even know, do you know exactly what his position in the nuclear realm was?
He
a janitor?
He should be a janitor. Yeah. No, he deals with the disposal of nuclear waste, I believe.
Oh, cool. So someone who looks like this person.
I don't even care what he looks like. It's how you portray yourself.
No, I'm sorry, dude. Hit a certain level.
Excuse me.
Yeah. When you hit a certain level, I mean, when you're dealing with nuclear anything, you would assume this person is going to look a professional, presentable way. This person looks like they belong on a website.
Right.
Yeah, you should know where this person lives.
Well, a lot of people are going to know who he is or where he lives because he's going to be in prison.
Yeah, they know now.
They caught up with you.
He's a psycho. They hire unqualified, unsuitable people, candidates for these positions.
It's not even in our government now. Like all the school stuff that's going on. Have you seen that video of the school teacher? So check the school teacher out from California.
That's so angering. It's not your position as a teacher to impose your thoughts and ideals on students.
Not your personal thought and ideals. You're a teacher. You're supposed to be teaching, right? There's a curriculum involved.
Yes. See, if you let me finish, I would have gotten.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we color that because people would be like, "Well, you're allowed to teach," you know. And
yeah. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Right. But as a teacher, you're not there to impose your personal ideals. You're not there to push an agenda that is not what the curriculum is supposed to be. These teachers, and I've seen a lot of videos like that, and a lot of these teachers are taking it amongst themselves like they're some freaking superhero.
Well, there's another teacher who talks about
their parents are stupid.
Yes.
Y'all parents are dumber than you. I'm going to say that out loud.
Great English.
My parents are freaking dumb. Okay? And the minute I figured that out, the world opens up.
Oh, she's already instilling that idea of like, hey, don't listen to your parents. They're idiots.
I don't know what age those kids were, but they seemed pretty young because it looks like they're sitting on.
I think it was a high school.
Okay, well, even then,
or how middle school to high school.
How moldable is a 16 to 17-year-old brain?
Right.
14, 13-year-old brain. You get some psycho up there.
Well, and that's my big stink on Target right now.
Ooh.
So Target, they're in deep water and they know it. So they ended up trying to partner, or they already did, with that Satanist designer, A.B. Pralin. So to help design their gay pride collection. But this designer is very open about being a Satanist.
Oh, that's
like they have a slogan that says Satan respects pronouns. It's pretty outlandish stuff. Oh, but as of today, so they have already received a ton of backlash over this.
I saw that.
Like, I hate to say it, my wife's a huge Target fan.
My wife is too,
and she was even like, "Oh my God, do I have to not shop at Target anymore?"
I had that
just based off of that.
Wife.
They have a whole section of tuckable swimsuits in the little kids section,
and there's a bunch of shirts that say
tuckable. When I say tuckable, it's so a young boy can tuck his private parts into the women's bathing suit.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be saying that sentence, and talk about trying to indoctrinate. Well, I just couldn't believe when I saw that, but I'm really glad to see that. So as of today, on the 23rd, there's been multiple Target locations that have had emergency meetings, and they're talking about pulling all this.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
because they don't want to have another. Oh, they don't want to mimic the Bud Light situation. So they're already starting to backtrack pretty quick.
There's stuff on these children's clothing that kids don't give a shit about. It's like, what in your right mind thinks a 5 to 10-year-old is even thinking about that?
Well, if their parents are on that same bandwagon,
and that's the problem. That's the problem. It's very concerning.
I like my world where I just talk about government pigeons.
Conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, I'm on a conspiracy theory, man. And I try not to be because
I want to. Oh, here, go ahead. Finish that thought.
No, I'm just saying I try not to be like on the conspiracy side of things because people look at conspiracy theorists like they're nuts, right? But people thought I was a conspiracy theorist when I said Trump wasn't colluding with Russia, And
Yeah.
I was right there.
Look at you now.
Yeah. Now I'm sitting like top dog. All I know is I'm keeping an eye out for pigeons, man. Because if they got the pigeons on us and they're watching us from the pigeons, and I found proof on accident that the CIA actually tried to do that before. Technologies came a long way. Hey, we've came a long way, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm sure their technology's way better.
We're blowing the roof off.
Blow it off. Yeah.
Oh my
Anyways.
God, dude. We should stop it right there. That's enough.
People are gonna think we're nuts now because they're talking.
No, they're
about
gonna think you're nuts, dude.
robot
I didn't
pigeons.
throw out pigeons.
You got to think about it though.
No,
If
you
a
do.
7-year-old can find that,
That's true.
and then me being who I am, I'm just a regular guy. I happen to look up I want to dig a little deeper in it and see why there was at least one website that had some kind of information about
Right,
that.
right.
And then the next thing that popped up was the CIA's archive website. So I think we should be a little worried. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I don't want to say you're weird because I don't want to hear I told you so when it happens.
Yeah, that's right. When I find a pigeon one day.
Oh my God,
That's good.
man. That's all we got for today, man. You want to take us
Here
out? You got this, dog.
Here we go again.
Everybody, thank you for watching and listening. You know where to find us.
Boring.
Dang,
Dude,
man, I
get
was
the
on a
energy
roll.
up.
Go ahead.
I'm saying you get the energy
No.
up.
Show me the energy, dude. Show me the energy.
I don't know what it is.
Deep breath, sweetie.
I don't know what it is about finishing these things.
Deep breaths,
You know,
sweetie.
I don't like to finish. I can keep going though. That's why I don't like to finish.
Ah, nice.
That's why I never say goodbye to people. I never want it to end.
Never wanted to.
I just want to keep it moving, baby.
Like and subscribe. We're out here trying to spread the word. Patriot Twins. Show it to your friends. Talk about us. Spread the word. Love you guys.
There we go.